Greetings friends, and a very warm welcome to you all. So on the last episode I did promise to show you guys a quick way to polish up scratched up mineral, and this one is a perfect candidate as it's an obsolete crystal. This is part of a longer restoration video, but something went catastrophically wrong, so I thought I'd upload this crystal polishing segment as a separate tutorial while I deal with the catastrophe. Now it's relatively cheap to buy round, generic replacement crystals, but when it's a special shape like this one and it's obsolete, then polishing up the old one may be the only option. I've shown you previously how to polish mineral, but it was very laborious. But this method is quick and easy, and it's a method that gem cutters use to cut and polish gems. It's just a steel disc mounted on a motor. You can also use aluminium discs, and discs like this one impregnated with diamond. For the initial cutting phase, I'm using this powder, which just says white powder on the tub. Not helpful, but I suspect it's silicon carbide. I mix the powder with water into a paste. The glass on this watch is obsolete, but so is the special shaped gasket, so I'm trying to protect that by applying some protective lacquer. Normally I would remove all this when I'm doing a restoration, but I'm keeping the glass on the case as it gives me a good grip against the disc. The glass protrudes up above the bezel, so I'm not worried about catching the case on the disc. I apply the paste onto the disc and start the initial cut by holding the crystal flat against the disc. I constantly charge up the disc with the paste. This helps speed up the cutting process and also keeps the workpiece cool, and it doesn't take long to get rid of those big scratches. Sometimes the glass may be level with the case or sitting below it, in which case you would have to remove the glass and use dop sticks or something to mount the crystal on for easier grip. But in this case I have a small amount of crystal that sits above the bezel, so that's as much as I can remove, so I'm hoping those scratches come out before my crystal becomes level with the case. Now if you remember in the Omega pocket watch restoration that I did all them years ago during the lockdown, it took me hours to manually sand the crystal to remove those deep scratches, but with this method it took me around 10 minutes, and that's including all the shenanigans of filming and using an overly runny paste. I think a thicker paste would have sped up the process further. See where we are so far. And that looks much better. It's cloudy. Got a little bit more to go, I think. And my protective whatever is peeling off. I think it's done its job. Now this is just a small snippet of this whole process, but I will include all the trials and tribulations in the full video, if there is to be one, and you will see the reason for the if at the end of this clip. We've got a few tiny specks, but I think that's good enough now to go on to the next stage. Let me just quickly wash that and show you guys what it looks like. So that's still very cloudy now, and now I can move on to the final polish. So once you are happy with the initial cut, we can now get rid of all the cloudiness with the final polish, using a flat disc with some felt. For the final polish, I've shown you guys previously the use of curium oxide, which in my opinion is the best for this task. But I've decided to try some sort of red iron oxide from the same supplier, which I didn't really get on with, so I will revert back to the curium oxide. And as before, we mix the powder into a paste with some water, and my paste looks a bit runny, so I would advise mixing it a bit thicker, and continue to add the mixture to the wheel, and make sure you don't contaminate this disc with any cutting paste or dirt and debris. Now in order for me to restore the case to complete this restoration, I will have to remove this crystal, which is where things can go horribly wrong, especially after all that hard work. So if you would like to see what happens in this journey, then subscribe to the channel. But here are the results, and a glimpse into what happens when you try to remove an obsolete crystal from a vintage watch. Well, here goes my friend. Broke it.